Hello and welcome to another video on the channel, and today we have another grinding method just for you. But first, all you need to do is hit that little subscribe button first, and let's get into the video. So I am going to be giving you 3 of my best methods of completing the silver shifting upgrade, the shapeshifter crafting upgrade, which came out in Sunday's content time. So looking at this silver shifting upgrade, we have a bronze squad and a silver squad, and in this you get small rare bronze player pack in both of them, which is a total of 12 rare players. Now, for me personally, I want to hold on to these packs because if there's an icon SBC released, these bronze rares can boost from 200 coins up to 400 coins. And that is going to make us a lot of money. But I'm going to give you my 3 best methods. So stay tuned and we'll go through every single one right now. So method number 1 is bidding on bronze players at 150 coins on a bid. So what you want to do is go on to the first one and go and bid. Doesn't matter if they're rare, doesn't matter if they're common, but sometimes you will get outbidded. So maybe go across a few pages, start bidding on them, and then eventually when the time runs down, you should be able to get your player. So we'll bid on those players there. Now what you want to do is go on to the silver, and you can go over to about 300. They might have changed now, but you can go 300 on these. They might have actually gone up to 350. It looks like they're going up to 350. But once again, you want to try and bid as low as possible. So 300, 350. Maybe go across a few pages and hopefully get yourself a few players on bid. That will make everything a lot cheaper. Things might change depending on how high they go up to, but we'll go into that a little bit later on in the video. So going on to number 2. So method number 2 is very, very similar. All you need to do is go and buy the bronze rated players for 150, which we've just gone and done on a bid. And then we want to head onto the silver squad. And how are we getting our silvers? We are going to buy now. So what you need to do is go into any sort of SBC. So you're on this screen. Could even be in the squad menu. You want to go onto the transfer market by pressing your left bumper. Go all the way to the end, or L1 on PlayStation. Go all the way to the end, put in silver by using your right stick, flicking it across twice. And then you want to put this as maximum. And your maximum buy now, you want to put it at 250 or 300 coins. I'm going to go 300 coins now because as you've just seen, players have started to rise in price a little bit. So what you need to do is just use your left bumper or L1 just to go down by 10. And every time you go down by 10, you want to try and snipe the player. So all we're going to do is have a little boost on this, see if any players pop up, and hopefully we can pick up a player within this mini clip. There we go. Oh, so as you can see, one did show up, another one shown up. There's another one. Unfortunately, someone's just a little bit quicker than me. So they are showing up there. We did go through this method yesterday on stream as well, so maybe a few of the people that was in the stream have managed to go and pick this method up. So yeah, this is probably one of the quickest methods to get your players if they pop up, but of course it's a different way of doing things. So this is method number 2, sniping your players for 300 coins and below and buying your bronzes on bid for 150 coins. So let's go on to method number 3. So method number 3 is completing the mixed league upgrade. You can go and complete the premium mixed league upgrade if you want to. If it depends on how much money you have. But I'm going to suggest the mixed league upgrade because it is very cheap. And there is 2 ways of completing this SBC. Now, completing this, you will get yourself a rare mixed players pack. And the rare mixed players pack will give you 4 golds, 4 silvers, 4 bronzes. That's not enough to complete the silver shifting. So you need to complete it 3 times. So this is going to be a long method, but it works. Why does it work? Because you're able to get yourself tradable players. So Jumbo Silver Pack, Small Electrum Players Pack will give you tradable players to get you some money back. Now, how do we complete this? Buy the players, or you can use BPM. Now, in all this, you might need to use bronze. You can use bronze, but you might have to use a few silvers because you need 6 from one team. In the Bundesliga League 2, you can use bronzes. In the La Liga Smart Bank, you can use bronzes and 2 golds. And in the MLS, you need to use 6 golds, and you can use the rest as bronzes. But obviously, the golds are up at like 600 to 700 coins right now. That's the expensive part. But overall, the SBC is cheapish. And the higher that the silvers go, the more chance you're able of making money back with the Jumbo Silver player pack there. Or, sorry, Jumbo Silver pack there. The small election players pack also gives out silvers, bronzes, and golds, I think. If not, it's silvers and golds. Now, once you've gone and completed that, as I said before, you then can go and open up this rare mixed players pack. You'll get 4 silvers, 4 bronzes. Do that 3 times. That's 12 silvers, 12 bronzes. And you can put those silvers and bronzes into this SBC right here, which will give you, of course, the main pack that we need to move on to the next step, which is 11 golds, 1 rare, and 10 commons. So that is method number 3. And like I said, you can use BPM with this method, which I'll talk about a little bit later on in the video as well. So going on to the next step of these methods. So once you've gone and completed this SBC at least once, you will get yourself the 11 gold players, which is going to be 1 rare and 10 commons. The good thing about this is that you only need to put 9 of those commons into this SBC, which means you keep 1 rare and you get 1 common. Now, obviously, the rare could be a fodder player, 84, 85, or it could just be a low-rated player anyway. But with that being said, go and put your 9 players into this SBC, which will give back 2 players 80 rated and above. Again, could be one of the new Shapeshifters, could be a fodder player, or it can just be an 280 rated players. But still, you're putting players into your club that are rares. But we do not just get 80 plus players from the crafting upgrade SBC. We can also get ourselves these objectives completed too, which will give us a double 83 plus player pack for 10 completions, 383 plus player pack for 15 completions, 2 84 rated players for 20 completions, 384 players for 30 completions, a team of the season player for 40, and a Shapeshifter player pack for 50 completions. And on top of that, you also get this BAMBA. Now, obviously, the way we do this is the cheapest possible. You might even be able to get it for free. Fingers crossed that we get an icon SBC and bronze rares boost up to 400 above, because then we will be making our money back on whatever we spend. So, guys, if you have enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. But the video is not finished here. We are going to be talking about other methods that we can use, but I would suggest my ones instead. These might answer some questions that you guys might have. So make sure you stay tuned and let's see what we have next in store. So with our first method, we spoke about completing this silver shifting upgrade by buying the bronze and the silvers to go and complete this SBC. Now, what people are talking about is once you go and complete this one time, you will get these 12 rare bronze players. And what they are doing is putting those 12 rare bronzes back into the bronze squad, which means they only have to buy the silver squad. Now, my problem with this is you are just buying the silver squad. So what does that mean? That means that you are buying gold players, basically, because the gold players, you're not actually getting any money back. Whereas my method is keeping the bronze rare pack and potentially selling that for 400 coins when an icon come out. If an icon doesn't come up or come out, we could easily go and sell these rares for 200 coins, and we could buy the commons for 150, which means 12 times 200 is 2,200.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
Buying 11 bronzes for 150 is 1,650, which means you are saving approximately 600 coins. Those 600 coins will get you 2 silvers at least if you're selling at 200 coins for the bronze rares. However, we are fingering crossing, is that even a word? We are doing that and hoping that they bring out an icon SBC, which will push these bronze rares up to 400. And if they do, we're able to make money back. And this is how we can complete the whole of this objective and SBC for free. So at the end of method 1, we also mentioned about a different way of using silvers in the silver shifting upgrade. Now, you can see on your screen the prime bronze upgrade. Now, people are already trying to implement this into their method. But right now, as the time of this video is being made, I would not suggest it because the silvers are not high enough. As soon as the silvers push up to about, say, 500 coins, then it'll be worth doing this method. And what we would need to do is buy the bronzes for 150 if they are at 150. Or we could do BPM, put our bronzes into this segment, which is going to give us the 5 players. Now, obviously, we need to do this twice and then buy our last player to get the 11. Or we complete this 3 times, which will give us 15 silvers, and then we can put them into the silver shifting. But my problem with this is people are suggesting doing this already when, let's say, for example, 11 silvers, if you're buying at 300, is 3,300. If you're buying bronzes and putting them into here, 150 times by 11 is 1,650. You need to complete this twice. So that's 1,650 times by 2 equals 3,300. But you only get 10 silvers instead of the 11. So by buying silvers separately, you will be paying 3,300. You will only get 10 from this method for 3,300, which means you need to buy another one or do another one of these. So that is why I would buy the players for 300. But as I mentioned, if the players keep on rising in price, then eventually this method right here will be cheaper to go and do. So you can revert to this method once silvers start to increase. And if bronzes start to increase, go to BPM and open up bronze packs and use that method right there. So the last thing I want to talk about is BPM. Now, I am going to go and open up a pack here. And what a lot of people will do is probably put all the players that they pack from this into the SBC that we're wanting to go and complete. Now, I'm going to do it a little bit different. And the good thing about BPM is there's no right and there's no wrong way of doing it. However, of course, I'm going to show you the way that I do it because, yeah, of course, I think my way is the best. But like I said, there is no right, there is no wrong. But as you can see, there are 2 players here that are, one's from Netherlands and one's from the Austrian League. Now, the way that I would deal with this will, of course, go and check your kits, get rid of these because then they're not selling. But if they are selling, make sure you do sell it to get a little bit of money back. And, of course, the players that are duplicates, make sure you go and sell them as well. It doesn't really matter on the price because if people are buying bronzes right now, then, of course, these are going to sell no matter what. And some of them, as you can see on your screen right now, some of them are actually up at some weird price. So this is actually going to give us our money back. He's about 500 coins. So I'm just going to go and list him up for about 550 there. And hopefully we get the sale on him. Now, like I mentioned with these cards, people probably just put these straight into that SBC. Now, what I would do is I'll put them into my club. And I would only use specific cards. Why? Because what's the point in using the cards that you get from here? Because most packs you open, you'll probably get yourself 3 players. So about 70% is going to be 3 players. And as you can see there, 3 players. And it's probably going to be about 29% that you're going to get 4 players. And the 1% that you get yourself 7 players. Or you would get yourself a bronze pack in the pack. Or 200 or 100 coin bonus that you can redeem. So realistically, if you've got 3 players in the pack, and it costs you 750. It won't cost you 750 because you will be quick selling cards like these consumables that don't sell. And that is going to give you back in between 150 to 200 coins back. Let's just say it gives you back 200. The pack's going to cost you 550 coins. Now, if these are all going for, if you buy these on the market at 150, that's 150, 300, and 450. You're looking at this going, that's a lot cheaper. That's 450 coins. Whereas you've spent 550 on a bronze pack. Now, that isn't the way that we look at this. The way we look at this, as I've just mentioned, you've got chances of getting 4 players, which if they're 150 each, then that'll be 600 coins that you would have got into players. So you would have profited rather than gone to buy. Does that make sense? Then obviously if you get a 7-player pack, even better, right? But obviously there is a minimum percentage of packing these cards. The next thing I was talking about with the players that you're putting into the SBCs, I would try to look to see what what players are part of league SBCs and what players are off league. So German 2 is a league SBC player, so I wouldn't put him into these silver upgrades, silver shifted upgrades. However, the English 4 is an SBC, is not part of an SBC. So I would put these into the silver shifting upgrade segment, the bronze segment. So I would use them in there. Now, the reason why I want to go and keep the bronze players from the leagues, it's just the way that I deal with it. Obviously, like I said, you guys don't have to. But the reason why I do is because I want more packs. I want more money back. And if we can put him into the mixed league upgrade, which was my method 3, then we could complete that SBC and get ourselves a tradable pack back and potentially sell it, or pack ourselves a decent player, which again, we would be selling anyway, and make more money back. So this is how I would do BPM. However, as I mentioned before, it's not, it doesn't mean I am right, doesn't mean I am wrong. It doesn't mean that you're right and you're wrong in whatever you're doing. Everyone has their own methods. This is my method. I think this is the best method for me personally. If this is a method that you want to do for yourself, then feel free to go and use this method and it will help you in the long run. The only problem is with BPM, if you've made it to the end of the video, the only problem with doing BPM right now with this SBC that you're trying to complete is that you can only complete the silver shifting upgrade 10 times in a day, and this is going to take a long time for you to go and complete them. So if you've got a load of time in the day, I would suggest doing this. If you don't, then I would suggest buying every card and just full sending it until you've completed the 10. Then potentially move on to BPM if you've got more time in the day. So guys, that's me. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, turn on those notifications. And guys, I hope that you all go and get the objective completed, pack some decent fodder or even decent players, either in this Shapeshifter or the next. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.